A Romanian infantry trench line collapsing under the first Soviet barrage. Snow blowing sideways across the steppe as terrified soldiers scramble over frozen earthworks. Behind them, ghostly whitewashed T-34s emerge from fog, their tracks kicking up powder while Signal Corps-style contrast captures every shard of flying ice. A German sentry silhouetted against a suddenly blood-red dawn. His wool cap and frost-stiffened greatcoat rimmed with ice as he stares toward the low thunder of advancing tanks. The horizon glows with Katyusha rockets streaking overhead caught in a long-exposure blur. Soviet tank crews clinging to the turrets of charging T-34s, scarves whipping in the freezing wind. As the column pours through a shattered Romanian outpost, spent shell casings litter the snow while a combat photographer kneels behind a burnt-out truck to frame the shot. A Romanian artillery crew abandoning a 75mm field gun, its wheels half frozen into the ground. As the shockwave of a nearby rocket strike lifts snow in a white explosion, crews' faces are pale with cold and panic captured in stark mid-motion. German horse-drawn supply wagons stuck on an icy road, horses rearing in fear as Soviet mortar rounds fall in the distance. The driver, a young Lancer with a frostbitten cheek, looks back toward the faint rumble of tanks, sealing the escape route. Inside the ruins of Stalingrad's Red October factory, a squad of German grenadiers lies in a rubble-choked stairwell, rifles aimed through shattered concrete slits. Light shafts cut through dust and smoke with crisp documentary clarity. A Luftwaffe signals operator in Paulus's headquarters at Galyabinsky, headphones on, eyes wide, as frantic Romanian reports crackle over the radio. A kerosene lamp throws harsh shadows across maps of the Don River pinned to the wall. Soviet infantry charging across open snowfields, their greatcoats billowing as they fire PPSH-41s from the hip. In the background, a knocked-out Romanian tank smolders, its turret half buried in frost. German supply officers inspecting dwindling ammunition crates, snow drifting through gaps in the blown-out roof of a Stalingrad warehouse. Their expressions are grim, their breath fogging in the freezing air. A Soviet officer standing atop a captured Romanian bunker, binoculars raised as white T-34s pour through the breach. The sky is streaked with condensation trails from IL to south banking overhead. Romanian soldiers retreating in disorganized columns, boots slipping on hard ice, while a Soviet cavalry detachment sweeps behind them. Camera captures the shock and disbelief on their faces in crisp close-up. German panzers of the 22nd Panzer Division stuck in deep snow. Mechanics hammering frozen tracks while officers argue beside the immobilized machines. Smoke from distant burning villages rises behind them. A POW cage already filling with captured Romanians, their hands raised, fur caps drooping under frost. Red Army guards stand watch with Mosin Nagins, snowflakes blurring the lens edges like real 1940s film. Destroyed bridge at Kalak, its twisted steel beams jutting from the icy Don River as Soviet. Tank brigades thunder across a temporary wooden crossing nearby, completing the encirclement. A German dispatch rider arriving at Paulus's command bunker, motorcycle coated in white frost, goggles iced over. An officer steps outside to receive the urgent message, wind whipping their coats. Inside a cramped bunker, Paulus reading Hitler's stand-fast order, his face lit only by a lantern, staff officers frozen in stunned silence behind him. Cigarette smoke curls into the cold air. Luftwaffe Ru-52 transports attempting to take off from a snow-choked airstrip. Ground crews pushing against wings buried in drifts. The engines sputter in the freezing dawn, framed in grainy high contrast. German soldiers huddled around a small fire inside the cauldron. Their helmets and coats crusted with ice, tin cups trembling in their hands. A wounded comrade lies wrapped in blankets nearby, breath barely visible in the cold. Soviet infantry waving red signal flags atop a T-34 turret, guiding more armor toward Kalak, while smoke from burning villages coils across the plains, giving the scene a ghostly wartime documentary feel. Aerial shot from a Soviet reconnaissance plane, showing the entire Stalingrad pocket, a vast oval of smoke, wreckage, trenches. In snow, while dark columns of German troops and vehicles churn inside, trapped in the newly formed cauldron,